I wish the non-believers could walk half a day in my shoes. They'd become the most cautious people out there. Irvin Innocenio's 6 a.m. last Wednesday, and Irvin Innocenio is reporting for work in the emergency room at Providence St. Joseph's Medical Center in Burbank, where he's been employed the past 23 years as a respiratory therapist. The hospital has 2 COVID-19 units, one for critical patients, one non-critical. Innocenio doesn't know until he arrives in the morning which one he will be assigned to for the day, or if he'll work the emergency room, like he is this day. We often heap praise on the doctors and nurses on the front lines of the coronavirus war, and they deserve it, but too often we neglect the people, like Innocenio, who stand side by side them. By 10 a.m. Wednesday, the 48-year-old father of 2 is hooking up his first coronavirus victim of the day to a ventilator, an elderly man in severe respiratory distress. His tests haven't come back yet to confirm he's COVID-19 positive, but nobody's taking the chance. The doctor, nurse, and Innocenio are all gowned up, double-gloved, face shield, the whole protocol. His tests come back positive for coronavirus. By mid-afternoon, he is transferred to the critical COVID-19 unit. That may be the last time Innocenio sees him, or he may be assigned to the unit the next day. Either way, he will check in on him because once you've formed that initial bond with a COVID-19 critical patient, you feel an emotional tie and obligation you've never felt before in this job, he says. Innocenio thought he had seen it all in those 23 years, but nothing in his training or experience prepared him for the hell he's seen the last 4 months since patient 0, age 54, was wheeled into his COVID-19 unit, the first coronavirus patient at the hospital. It was new to everybody, he says. We were kind of winging it, but not really. We just didn't know for sure how to treat this disease. He's seen firsthand every day the struggle to beat the coronavirus. The ventilators working overtime to breath for people given a 1% chance to survive, and the loneliness of being in isolation and having no family members or friends allowed to visit to hold your hand or whisper words of encouragement in your ear. It's just you and medical people, gowned up, to protect themselves. No contact with a human face, no expressions to read on them for a hint on how you're doing, in those rare times you're awake and not heavily sedated for the pain. I don't talk to my family much about my day because it's just too emotional, what you're seeing and dealing with death this way. Seeing them die alone, no family or friends with them. I don't like to talk about those things. It bothers me when I see on social media or the news people not taking this seriously, refusing to wear a mask. I feel like shouting, "Come into this hospital with me and see how serious it is. Walk in my shoes for half a day."